In this section, 11.1, on D2L, I have some study guide, study notes for chapter 11, and this is what we just did. Finding the slope of perpendicular lines. Remember, slope is rise over run. So find the slope of the given line, then you take the opposite reciprocal. Reciprocal, flip your fraction and change the sign. So for example, if the slope of your given line is 3/4, then flip that, you're going to get 4/3, and then change one of the signs, not both. So you can make a -4, -3. And we talked about a perpendicular bisector. So today, we're going to start reflections. And I have some notes here, but I also have some notes on the worksheet. So let's go through here. Step 1, you're going to find the slope of the axis of reflection. I'm going to explain all of this. And then step 2, you will go with the perpendicular slope. Okay? So let's take a look at 11.1. Reflections. Now what I have done here, in each case, I have the problem, and immediately you will have the solution just to the right of it. So you could check your work as you go along. So let's see what it says. Here's the triangle ABC, and here is your axis, your axis of reflection. It's like you're standing at point C and you have a vertical mirror. You want to know where your image is. If you're standing at C, your image will be straight across here. This is C, this is your image, and we're going to call that C prime. Notice the answer is right here. Let us go to A. If you're standing at A, 1, 2, 3 feet from the mirror, your image will be 1, 2, 3 on the opposite side. So that is going to be A prime. B, 1, 2, 3. Starting from here, 1, 2, 3. So that's B prime. Then you get your straight edge, join these, and we say this A prime, B prime, C prime is the image of triangle ABC under a reflection. Some notes. Notice this triangle is the same size as that triangle. This angle is 90 degrees, and so is that. All the sides have the same length. The area, the perimeter, they're all the same. Only one thing has changed. If you put your right hand in front of a mirror and look at the image, it would seem to be your left hand. So things are kind of reversed. We call that orientation. We say that orientation changes. Orientation changes. But there's a little bit more to this. If you look at A, B, C, I am going counterclockwise. But when you look at the image, we're now going clockwise. So when we say orientation changes, we mean that clockwise becomes counterclockwise and the other way. Because of this, we say that reflection is an improper transformation. Okay, so we call these transformations. Reflection, rotation, and the other ones. So it is an improper. Why is it improper? Because orientation changes. Okay, let's go on to number 2. Well, that was 1A, say 1B. So here's your axis. We want to take this triangle and flip it in this line. Just imagine you were folding the paper along this line. Where will this triangle fall? Of course, A, B, C, these are going to fall on the opposite side. Notice we did C prime for you already. In the little box here, we have the notes, what to do. So first thing you're going to do, find the slope of the axis. In this case, so what you do, you choose any 2 points on the line. To get from here to there, I rise up to and I run 1. So this is why the slope of the axis is 2/1. Now to find where A is going to end up, it's going to go straight across, it's going to be perpendicular. This is why you're going to use the opposite reciprocal that we talked about. Now there are 2 forms of the opposite reciprocal. Your fraction is 2/1, so the reciprocal will be 1/2. 1/2. And to get opposite, then you change one sign. I will change this one, and then I will change that one. Now these have different meanings. This first one tells me go up 1 and run 2 to the left. And this one says go down 1 and move 2 to the right. So here is A. If I were to go up 1 and move 2 to the left, I am going in the wrong direction. So we will not use that. Let's take a look at this. This says go down 1 and move 2 to the right. Here's A, down 1, 2 to the right. I am going in the correct direction. So this is why we are going to use -1/2. I have all the steps listed. Start at A, move down 1 and go 2 to the right. Down 1, 2 to the right. And I get to the axis. Now you will continue that. Down 1, 2 to the right. And that will be your A prime. Let us do the same for C. Down 1, 2 to the right. Down 1, 2 to the right. And then we will do the same thing for B. So for B, here is B. Go down 1, 1, 2 to the right. down 1, 2 to the right. So I had to do that 2 times. We have the notes here. So starting from here, down 1, 2 to the right, down 1, 2 to the right, and there is B. Then you get your straight edge and join these. And we're done. So I would suggest that you start over, get a clean copy, and try these. They're not difficult, but you need practice.